Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank you so much for being available for this webinar to talk about some of the ways in which you can protect yourself during this financial pandemic that is going around now. And I hope that everyone is well, and I hope that you know that we love you, we care for you, and we are all in this together.
Many of you have students that went off to college and that are now home due to this pandemic. You have the ability to defer those loan payments up until September 30th, interest free. The three major loan servicers are listed below. Please reach out to them. Again, it's interest free. If you have the ability to pay on them, now's the time to start paying on them. It'll go towards the principal. But again, if you're struggling, please reach out to them. They're there to help us. We also have 401k, the ability to actually withdraw money from your 401k in the event that you are struggling for any financial reason at all. You can withdraw the funds without receiving a penalty at this time. Tony?
Wonderful, Tiffany. Thank you so much. Now, Tiffany has already spoken to us about student loans. Your creditors want to hear from you. So please don't hide from your creditors. Give them a call. They want to help. The government has made it so that creditors have to be very, very courteous to you and not as rude as they can sometimes be. So what kinds of things are they doing? They're waiving fees on your credit card bills and other things. They're willing to set up and create a new payment schedule for you so that you can maybe miss a month or two and then catch up, and then they basically will allow you to make your new payments without sometimes even paying interest from the back the last 2 months that you might have missed. They're providing you with additional extensions, and they're providing you with other sources of relief. So please reach out to your creditors. It's best to deal with the giant while he's still tiny, and so talk to them. They will help. Those of you who may have lost your job or might lose your job in the future, you have to protect yourself. So the first thing I would suggest that you look at doing is cut out all unnecessary expenses and go into survival mode. There are a lot of things that you can do to reduce your expenses, such as if you use your car and you normally drive to work, contact your insurance company, and they might be willing to reduce your rate if you don't use your car for working purposes because you're working at home. Second thing, let's say, for instance, if you do lose your job, contact the State Department of Unemployment. I gave you the information below for New York State, but call that number and log in. It takes a long time to get through, but trust me, once you get through and get it done and behind you, it will be a major accomplishment. Now, mind you, again, I mentioned it'll take a while to get through because they're just so overwhelmed. And so we have to make sure we do whatever we can to be patient and stick to it. Now, in terms of the benefits, the weekly benefits that the state is offering is anywhere from $200 to $550 per week, depending on your earned income. So note that that's how much you will receive on a weekly basis for about 6 months. If this pandemic and the shutdown lasts beyond that point, I have seen them in the past provide additional extensions above and beyond this point. The federal government is giving you an additional bonus of $600 per week that you can use as well. That's based on your adjusted gross income, and also that's based on whether you file income taxes. And the government will basically pay that out to you, the federal government that is, and the IRS will send that to you along with the stimulus money. Now, as far as for seniors, seniors have benefits and rights too. So go on to the website of the National Association for the Aging, www.benefitscheckup.org. That provides you with a link to all the state and national resources that are available for seniors. I went on as a test and just put in a sample of a 65-year-old, no, I said a 63-year-old in New York State, in Greenberg, in fact, and I said I was a non-veteran, and it came up with 78 sources that we were able to use. Everything from getting assistance with food, transportation, other financial benefits, and the like. So, you can't pay your rent or your mortgage. Don't stress yourself out. First off, there are programs that are available for you that HUD basically enacted within the last several weeks. But before I get to the HUD programs, first I would say if you own a home, see if you can gain access to an equity line of credit and have that available should you need to use it. If you're still working, your bank may provide you with an equity line of credit if your credit is worthy. In addition, if you don't have one, again, apply for it. If you do have one, make sure that it's active. Now, HUD has provided a 60-day moratorium on mortgage foreclosures. In addition, your mortgage company and service providers have a forbearance process that you can apply for. Now, a forbearance doesn't mean that you're forgiving your monthly mortgage payments. It just means that you're pushing it to the future. And so you will have to be paid at some point in time. But if you don't apply for it, you won't get it. So please don't hide out from your creditors, don't hide out from your mortgage company, reach out to them. In fact, if you go on your mortgage company or your loan service provider's website, you will see probably on the first page, it talks about the forbearance process. And normally you can sign for it online, about 4 pages, maybe 12, 13 questions, simple questions. And at least that way you protect your credit rating and your ability to borrow in the future. And that takes away a little bit of your stress. And if you have additional questions, you can go to FHA Resource Center. They will provide you with additional information. Now, regarding renters, all evictions have been delayed for 120 days. And there's a moratorium on paying rent. If your landlord tries to collect from you for that period of time, then you can contact the Westchester County number and they should provide you with some additional resources. Our good friend Janice Powers of the Attorney General's office, who's a member of the DFree team, provided us with a number of things that we have to protect ourselves against because there are a number of scams out there. And yeah, people are taking advantage of you because of the circumstances. Predators are just that way. So, what things can you do? Well, we have the Corona scam, and people are calling up saying they're with the federal government, and they can help you with your stimulus package, or they can help you with different things regarding the coronavirus, and they're going to basically ask you some personal questions. Well, don't fall for that one, because the government's not calling you regarding testing or stimulus packages. Be careful for emails, text messages, or web pages that look very authentic. If you don't know the person who's sending it to you, don't open it. Don't click on it because it can affect your computer and they can now grab information about your bank accounts, your home address, social security number, and other things. So protect your personal information. Regarding the fake Corona scam treatment, well, you have a number of people out there saying that they have ways in which you can cure the coronavirus. Right now, there is no cure. They're working on possible cures, and there are a lot of different possibilities that are out there. But you have people like Alex Jones, you have the Silver Edge Company, you have Dr. Selman and former televangelist Jim Baker, who are touting the fact that they have cures for coronavirus. Right now, the FDA says that there aren't any cures. But you can get yourself tested to see whether you have the virus, number one, and those tests are free. And you can go on and get those tests, and you can confirm for yourself and just follow the rules that basically have been placed out there. Now, for the $2 trillion stimulus bill that was signed by Trump and passed by both houses, note that if you're single and you earn less than $75,000 or $75,000 or less, you will receive $1,200. If you're a married couple, if your adjusted gross income is below $150,000, then you will receive $2,400. If you're a parent with a child under the age of 17, you'll receive an additional $500. Now, if your child is over 18 and file income taxes, then that child will be eligible for $1,200. But from my understanding, if you claim your child, let's say your child is in college, and you claim them on your tax returns, and they don't file an income tax return, then you won't get anything for them. And again, if your adjusted gross income is above $75,000, or as a couple above $150,000, you won't receive, well, it'll start phasing out. And if your income is above $99,000 and $200,000, the phase out will end and you will get nothing after you reach those two thresholds. Regarding your 401k plans, you can withdraw monies from your 401k plans without penalty. But if you don't need it, don't take it. Please don't panic. My suggestion is if you really don't need to touch your 401k plan for the next 2 years, then don't even look at the statement, because the statement is causing people to freak out and sell. The last thing you want to do when the market is down is to sell low, and then when it bounces back up, buy high. What you're doing there, you are locking in your paper losses if you sell. If you reallocate your funds into the safe account and you've already lost 15, 20, 30, 40%, don't reallocate your funds. Just leave it where it is. The market will rebound. It will come back up again. It always has. So my suggestion is consider doing what we tell you to do, what we tell everyone to do during the pandemic. Don't touch your face. Well, let's say don't touch your 401k plan and do not divest from your current investment allocation. The market in 2008 took 5 years to come back, and in 2015 it took 13 months to come back. And when the market comes back, it comes back with a vengeance, and it happens very quickly. There will be a run in the market that will be positive, that if you divest yourself, you won't be able to get back in to take advantage of the run that's going to take place in the marketplace. It's going to happen, and it happens all the time. And the last time it happened, we were looking at an 8 to 9% rate of return when it was all said and done. So remember, you buy low and you sell high. You have to protect yourselves. So we've given you a number of different techniques and strategies that you can use. But I'm going to give you another one. Another one is that when you receive your stimulus package money, please do not go out and buy a new television set, stereo system, shoes, jewelry, don't buy that. What I suggest you do is that you take at least a third of it, if not more, and you go out and you buy canned goods. You go and buy dry goods. You take another $300 to $400 and you get cash, small bills. Maybe $300 might be in 20s. Maybe the other $100 will be in tens and ones. We want to expect the best that's going to happen, but prepare for the worst that may happen. And we have to participate in our own financial salvation in order for us to be successful. And remember, we love you and we want you around as long as we possibly can. And we know that we are children of God. And God has our backs. And if you are a member of DFree and you're a member of the billion dollar challenge, DFree International is sending out, they're having other webinars that you can go onto the site and you can see other tips that you can take advantage of that can help you to protect yourselves and your family. Again, my name is Anthony Epps. I want to thank you so much, and I'd like to thank my DFree team for helping us to bring this information to you. Pastor Williams has been awesome, and I want to thank Pastor Williams and Reverend Darcy and the rest of our team. God bless you, be well, and we will see each other again. Stay strong.